Hello, welcome back to another video by Grove Models. I want to extend a big thank you to the lovely people at Model Shack. They have kindly offered us a 10% discount, which I will share with you. This can be used on their eBay shop and their main shop online. Keep watching to see how to get 10% off your next order. Today we are painting the lovely black cat. I start by using Chaos Black as my primer on most of the parts. I use Whitebone for the rest of the parts. For the base coat of the window, I use Vallejo Chrome. I spray the chrome gently at about 15 psi. I use Bright Ivory from Monument Hobbies to base coat her chest. Spraying at about 15-20 psi, thin and even coats. Next is white ink from Vallejo, which is used to add the highlights of her leather costume. I'm not too worried about any overspray at this time, just nice and even. To add back the shadows, I use a blue-black from Monument Hobbies. This is such a lovely model. Black Cat is one of the better characters from Spider-Man. Keep watching to find out how to get 10% off your order from Model Shack. For the Black Cat suit, I didn't want an all-black suit, so I used a speed paint called Cloud Burst Blue from Army Painter. This blue-black tone is commonly used in comics and cartoons. It looks a lot better than a solid black. Spraying the blue, I made sure to keep the coats thin and even, which will stop runs and pooling. A gloss coat by AK Interactive was added once the blue had dried, and a quick going over with a hairdryer off camera. The gloss coat will protect the paintwork we just did and gives the costume a more shiny leather PVC look. For the hair, I used bright neutral grey from Monument Hobbies as a base coat. Heavy titanium white was used to dry brush the hair. I gave the hair a coat of Holy White from the Army Painter Speed Paint range, which will darken down the shadows and provide some good undertones. For the stained glass window, I used various clear paints from Tamiya. First was clear green. Next was clear yellow by Tamiya. Followed by clear orange. I tried to paint it as randomly as I could, with no two colours the same next to each other. Next was clear red. Try to paint the window as neatly as you can. Clear blue was also used in painting the window, again as randomly as possible. Nuln oil shade was then painted over the window to bring out more detail. Neutral grey from AK Interactive was used to paint the base, and I applied a dry brush effect to it, very lightly using a makeup powder brush. Nuln oil was airbrushed onto the base to add shadows and to tone down the grey. Agrax Earthshade was used with the airbrush to add a variation in tone. A coat of Ultra Matte from AK Interactive was applied to dull down the base, as the Citadel shade paints had a slight shine to them. Quick test fit, I sprayed the stained glass window with a coat of clear gloss off camera. For Bootsy, I used the same grey from the dry bush I used on the base to dry brush the cat fur. For the eyes, I used bright ivory as a base coat. For Bootsy's collar, I used dark heavy black from Monument Hobbies. For the collar ID tag, I used Monument Hobbies Silver. Bootsy's eyes, I used white ink from Monument Hobbies. Red ink from Vallejo was used for his nose and ears. Using a cotton bud to wipe away the excess gently. I then used Tesseract Glow from Citadel. This has to be one of my favourite paints to use. To base coat the flesh on Black Cat. I used magenta with the airbrush, spraying at 15 psi with light thin coats. Once dried, I used Vallejo red ink for the shadows. A medium flesh tone from AK Interactive was used lightly over the red ink. Orcish Dermis from Fantasy and Games was used to reshadow with more blending. Next was Vallejo Rose Flesh, spraying very lightly to blend the tones. Using AK Interactive Basic Skin Tone for the highlights. Monument's Hobbies Satin Black was used for the face mask and collar of Black Cat. I gave the skin a coat of AK Interactive gloss varnish to seal and protect the paintwork. For her lips, I used bold Pyrrole Red from Monument Hobbies. I used red ink from Vallejo in the creases of her face and lips. With a cotton bud slightly damp, I blended the red ink into the cheeks. I used Vallejo's Old Gold Grey Violet for her under-eye makeup. Vallejo Red Gold was used for her eyelids. Bright Ivory from Monument Hobbies was used for the scleras. Heavy titanium white from Monument Hobbies for her eyebrows. I painted Black Cat's eyes with Monument's Hobbies green. The iris flecks were painted using Monument Hobbies bright green. Heavy titanium white from Monument Hobbies was used to paint the fur on the bodysuit. To receive 10% off your order from Model Shack, please refer to the video description for details. Copy the link and you can use it on eBay and their website. I would highly recommend them. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe and comment.